Hello, everyone. Welcome to Needle Nut Embroidery's channel. I am Sandy, and this is going to be one of our first and hopefully one of many videos coming up. But this one is just sort of a rant, and I apologize if you were looking to maybe find something different, but I hope to maybe get somewhere. Um, as I said, this is Needle Nut Embroidery, and we are new to YouTube. However, we are not new to embroidery. With that being said, today's video is a rant, but it's also a plea for help from somebody who may be able to answer some of these questions for me. Um, I've been doing embroidery for over 25 years. Started when my youngest was an infant, grew the business clear up to a 6,000 square foot building, 15 employees, six heads of embroidery, screen printing, signs, vehicle wraps, you name it, I've done it. However, I am a multiple sclerosis warrior. That means that I have MS and can no longer be at that capacity. And so this is my extra income for the month with my husband Marvin. With that all being said, you can check us out on Facebook under Needle Nut Embroidery. You can check us out on our website, www.needlenutemb.com. We're also on TikTok and Instagram. And with that being said, I'm going to jump right in to what is going on here. Uh, what's going on right now is we have, of course, as you can see in the background, I'm in the embroidery cabin, and I apologize. Today I'm a mess, but it is an MS day. It is very yucky outside, but I have been literally beating my head up against a wall trying to figure out the situation that I have with Etsy. We joined Etsy when I decided that yes, with Marvin's help, we would reopen doing embroidery for clients and make a go at this. So I took a leap of faith and put in a 14 by 40 um, building and turned it into a cabin just for creating. So that was fun, exciting. And I created an Etsy store, which, it took a while to get off the ground, that's for sure. But moving forward, that's another story, another day. Today is, I think, 3, 4 years down the road, and we had finally hit that mark of being able to bring in consistent sales and stay very busy doing jobs, because what we do is everything from all thread embroidery to custom applique. We do custom sewing, those types of things. And so Etsy was a very good outlet for us because everything is done by us. It's not done by offshores or anything like that, and we do a lot of custom work. So that was a perfect outlet for us. However, we're in a situation now that out of the blue, for no reason, no email, no violations, nothing. I mean, we get consistent 5-star reviews for the work that we do. Was out picking up supplies to finish a few orders that came in right after Christmas and right after the new year, and went to check an order just to make sure I had the information correct. And bam, you get that big red banner that says you're suspended. But there is no email and there is no information, no reason why, nothing. That has been 21, 23 days ago. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you some visuals of what I'm looking at on my end. And If anyone has a clue how to get a hold of someone at Etsy to actually review your appeal process or get a support ticket looked at versus just having a support ticket started and then it just go and you hear nothing, you see nothing, and all you go do is get that big gray little box that says your ticket's been closed. So I'm going to show you some visuals and just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about, and you can make your own judgment. The actual visual that I want you to look at, it is the visual where it says right here, usually within 2 weeks, and this has been way over that. So this is the second appeal. I've read some places where it says not to file a second appeal. However, we filed the first appeal, and you have this area here that says usually within 2 weeks. So every few days, I was taking and checking this information. It just giving us the same blue screen and says, they want you to click this part that says, okay, got it. However, on that okay, got it, there is, it doesn't do anything. So unfortunately, what happens is you read this and it's not 2 weeks, that's for sure. So then, what gets me was when you go back in to the dashboard or the help center, then you get another message. It is right here on, give me just one moment here, where it says keep Etsy commerce human. Now, to me, if you want to have that plastered on your website and you want to have that where people can see this and this is supposed to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, it doesn't, because they're not keeping it human. You can see here on this next slide that I'm going to show you, I have filed the appeal and the information. You can see I tried to get another ticket here, and that was done at the time of this screenshot 4 minutes from there. But this is the original appeal right here. It says appeal submission 21 days ago. I checked it 7 minutes before I took this. You can see where I've done another support ticket trying to get some type of information. And then I have this appeal submission, which was 7 days ago. Tried another support ticket here. So there is no response to these as of yet. So I'm going to show you another screen. So you can see the information I'm talking about. So when we go over here, we go to the help center, you can see where we get on here. It says, how can we help? And you can choose selling with Etsy or shopping on Etsy. So we chose selling with Etsy. You can see what's new, how is revenue, blah, blah, blah. There is nothing on here that says how to help do anything else that we need at the moment. So we're going to go to my support request. And in this support request area, I'm going to show you the appeal submission 7 days ago. I checked it 14 minutes ago. There has not been anything. So I finally put in a support ticket. This one I think was actually open, but we're going to go to this one here. This is the original submission 21 days ago, and there has been nothing there. If you open this up, You can see where I put my information in, screenshots. I've even put a couple of comments on here and even put in here checking today. Obviously, being a seller on Etsy is no longer appreciated by you guys. I have a 5-star reviews that have come through even during this horrible experience, and yet there is going on a month now, absolutely no info. You have left me dead in the water. Customers are actually reaching out in panic due to you guys doing this. Why? And you guys are full of crap in the 2 weeks. So, as you can see, there's nothing there from Etsy. Now, I've tried just whatever I could think of, and you can see I put in a help ticket. This request is complete. If you need further help, create a new request. Automatically, it was closed without them even doing anything. I mean, within literally seconds. I had put in another one saying, I need to speak to a real person. It was closed immediately. So this is just ridiculous. So I hope that sort of helps everybody understand where I'm coming at from this frustration. The only thing that I can figure is right before Christmas. I want to say I would have to go back to the screen to take a look for sure on what the dates were. But in December, um, they suspended us. Come to find out, they suspended us for that, and I got an immediate email on it. I mean, it was like that. I got an immediate email saying that your account's been suspended, and it gave me a link to click. I clicked on that link, and it said because your debit card could not be charged for an outstanding balance, which when you run Etsy ads, you get a balance every day. And there was enough orders and everything in there to take care of that. However, that left a little bit of a balance, and they said they could not process the debit card. So I was able to finally get, I don't even remember how I done it, but get a chat going with one of the employees at Etsy, and they said, "Oh yes, we've tried to run the debit card; it's not showing." So I got on the phone with the bank, and I'm like, "Okay, there's plenty of funds here. Do you see on your end? Because most of the time, your bank can see when there's been an attempted charge to your debit card." They had no record. So I got back on chat with the employee, and I was like, my bank says there is no attempt from Etsy at all to charge this card. Now, mind you, this card and this banking information has been set up with our Etsy store all this time. No problem, no issue, whatsoever. But all of a sudden now they can't use this debit card. So I asked the employee, I said, "Okay, how do I fix this?" I was in panic mode. It's Christmas time. It's the busiest time of the year. You do not want to have to be dealing with this. They said, "Well, if you can just simply put a different card on there, it'll resolve it and it'll be taken care of within 24 to 48 hours. So I said, "Okay, well, I will get off here and I will run down to the bank locally." And luckily, I'm only like 10 minutes from the bank. So I ran down to the bank, got a new debit card, put it in there, took care of the dollar something balance, which was stupid. $1 something, you know. It wasn't even like it was there for days. It literally been there since noon. So I got that updated, put it on there, and within 24, 48 hours, shop was back to normal. And then, like I said, the beginning of the month, third, fourth, somewhere around there is when this happened this time. And there was no email that came through. There was no email that came through even showing when I filed the appeal, because when they done this to the bank account information, I filed an appeal right away because that's the banner, that little blue banner that I seen. It was actually red and says you can file an appeal. So I filed that appeal, and within like a minute or two of filing that appeal, I got an email that said, we've got your appeal, blah blah blah, whatever generic crap it says. And I thought, okay, all I can do is wait, and I've done exactly what they've asked me to. But this time, there's no email saying that they've even received an appeal. There is no email telling me what the problem is, and there's no email telling me how to fix it. And as you've seen on my screen, there is no response to these appeals. So if someone out there, or if Etsy happens to be watching this, all I need is an answer as to why this happened, how do I fix it, and how do we move forward. Because we have been a firm believer in Etsy and have done the paid advertising with Etsy. I find that if you do have an Etsy store, it is in your best interest. You don't have to spend a lot every day on marketing and advertising, but it is in your best interest to go ahead and do those paid advertisements, because I did see that going from not doing the Etsy advertising to doing the Etsy advertising, we had quite a bit of increase and jump in those. So, but just as a warning from my position, this is my personal opinion, okay? If you are going to be selling on Etsy and you're going to be reaching out to try to do more than your local hometown or those in your personal network area, it is in your best interest to go ahead and diversify your income. In other words, do not put all your eggs in the basket with Etsy, because Etsy pulled the plug on this and has literally screwed me over. I've had customers calling, I've had customers emailing that have been return customers from Etsy panicking because they could not see the shop. There's not a tag on there that says, do at this moment we're reviewing this shop, please look, come back. Nothing. It just says, oops, sorry, that's not there. And of course, when you get suspended, if you have orders in your shop, they want you to go ahead and finish this. And I know this is crazy, but there's only $1.51 of their payout to me, because they just literally done my payout within minutes of suspending the store, which was a good thing, because I've heard horror stories and read horror stories where people have had their money, lots of money, in there for over 6 months while trying to get this resolved with Etsy. So, um, but they do expect you to go ahead and take care of your customer, which we did. We took care of our customers, and all orders have shipped. But it's just frustrating. So, again, I apologize that this is our first real video, but I'm literally just trying to figure out, how do we get our Etsy store back. And if you have information on that, I would love it if you would just put it in the comments, or put in the comment, hey, can you reach out to me? It would be very, very great, because there's lots of things that we sell on through our own Facebook page and on our website that we don't put on Etsy because of special guidelines. But they're they're making it very rough, and they're making it very, very, very difficult to say, hey, I back Etsy 100%. And I think everybody that does handmade should get on there, because they have absolutely zero care, zero concern about you, what you do, how you do it, and how you make your money. They can turn that faucet on and off at their will and their decision. That's why I said it's in your best interest to diversify. Now, I love being a seller on Etsy. I love the platform, and I love hearing that cha-ching. If you've got that app on your phone, you know what I'm talking about. And through this experience, it has made me realize, and Marvin realized, that yes, the ride with Etsy had been great, but within the last 6 months, it has been literally moments when you want to pull your hair out because you can't get a hold of somebody. And we have a second store on Etsy. And the weird thing is it is open. That second store is open with no problems. I was able to get on with chat through the second store, and I said, "Hey, look, I just want to know, do I need to keep promoting this store, or is it just going to get shut down as well? And, what can we do here?" So that person was nice enough to say, "Hey, let me take a look." They took a look and they said, "Yes, we see that it's closed. Not sure why, but I'm going to get this escalated." Now, that was last Thursday, which would have been, let me see what the date is. Last Thursday would have been the 18th of January, 2024. And so they were going to get it escalated and that they would contact me or Marvin back through the other email. And, well, it's still crickets. So if anybody has any information, that would be great. Send it to me. I certainly do appreciate it. Like I said, you can reach out to us on Facebook. Uh, look for Needle Nut Embroidery. And then, or you can email us through our website, www.needlenutemb.com. We'd appreciate it. And hopefully, our journey on YouTube will be a little more uplifting and things will be a little bit happier. And we'll do some how to videos and those sort of things. But out there in the YouTube world, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the rant. And if anybody has any helpful information, that'd be great. And if somebody from Etsy gets this and sees this, it is one needle nut EMB. I just need some help. I just need a reason why, explanation, tell me what we need to fix, and we'll go from there. But so long, peace out, and happy stitching, everybody.